If. Hello, everyone. I was just checking whether I'm live on YouTube. Good evening or good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Fatoumata Sidibe, and today I wanted to talk about self-abandonment and being rude and dismissive. But before I do that, I just want to check with myself where I am right now, because I have to check with my own presence and see what I am doing. I want to check with my own presence and see what I'm doing, so I can also monitor myself, because it's all part of it. I have known it for a while, but today it came back into my mind again about the thing about self-abandonment. And I realized that that's the ultimate fear. It's not that we fear doing things. It's not that we fear criticism or overcoming challenges and things like that. It's that when we do that, when we face a challenge and we perhaps don't do as well as we think that we should have done, because we think that is the way it should be done, because that's what we've been told, we criticize ourselves. We turn against ourselves. And the same thing with when you're criticized, or when you are in a situation where you don't find pleasing to yourself. It's not that the thing that is happening, or the person you're talking to, or the challenge that you're supposed to overcome is what is scary. Is that you just abandon yourself, and that is what really hurts. And so this is what is under all of the fears that we have. The fear of turning against ourselves, and criticizing ourselves and abandoning ourselves. And we've been taught how to do this. I have been taught how to do this, since we were young. Yeah, of course, that's how it always is. We've all been taught how to do this since we were young, because we were taught to please other people, and be respectful to other people, be respectful to authority, be respectful to our parents, our caregivers. And in many ways, in order for us to do that, we had to abandon ourselves. We had to abandon our own desires. We had to abandon the way we thought things should be like. We had to abandon our own interests for the society or for the community. And so we became used to doing that, but the hurt of it never really went away. And it's all in service of creating a collective consciousness, where we that is glued together by by people abandoning themselves, so that the collective consciousness can stand for a while. But there comes a time when you just have to stand for yourself. And I know it's not easy. It's not easy for me, even for me, because I was always the nice girl, and I was also always the peacemaker. I was always the person that will make it up in my mind to say, oh, let me not push it further. If I'm in an argument, or if I'm in a or if people are arguing, or if I'm in a confrontation, I'll say, okay, I'll be the one who back down, just because I want to keep the peace. But it's not really because I want to keep the peace. It's just because I didn't want to be seen as a bitch. And so therefore, I would rather abandon myself to to the other person or the other people or whatever. And like I said before, I've been trained to do this since we were young. And in order for you to regain yourself back, you have to be rude. And that is the thing that they told you not to be when you were a child. They told you don't have to be rude. Don't be rude. Don't be be respectful, because being rude means to be dismissive. It means to be dismissive of a person or a thing, or a tradition, a culture. It means having no regard for the thing that you are being rude to, or for the person you're being rude to, having no reverence for it. And so that's what you need to activate in you to be able to gain yourself back. To be able to back yourself 100%, you have to be rude and dismissive to the things that are outside of you, because you abandon yourself to please those things and those people and the standards that we have in society, and all those things that go with it. So yeah, this is why in order to gain yourself, in order to regain yourself, and in order to know yourself, you have to be, it's going to seem like you're rude, which is what is really that's what it really is. It's you're supposed to be rude and dismissive. That doesn't mean you go out and you call everyone an asshole, you curse at people. No, but being rude in the sense of having no regard for what other people think about you, what other people are saying, how they are saying it should be, having no regard for the way the standards are set in society, having no regard, unless those things are actually really, really fulfilling to you. Yeah, this is what you have to this is what you have to be. It's like I said, it's not easy, because you are going against what you've been told not to be. You're going against your second nature, but your first nature is to actually back yourself. But so in order to get that back, you have to go the opposite way. It's like I'm sitting here right now, I'm doing a video, I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking at myself. When I am the way I can notice myself is that the way I'm talking, when I'm talking, because I'm speaking English is not my native language, it's not my first language. The way, when I'm speaking English, I have to slow down a little bit, because it's not my native language. And also, when I'm having a video, I'm still thinking that people are watching me, so I have to be a certain way. See, all of that is me now trying to please the audience and not being my natural self. And so, in order for me to get completely out of this, is for me to just back myself and be who I am, and say what I want to say. And if I want to scratch myself, or if I want to get up, if I want to do gestures or whatever I want to do, I should be able to do it, and not care that somebody else said that, oh, when you're doing videos, this is how it should be like. You're supposed to sit like this. You're supposed to do this, and that, because that might not be my way of doing things, and that might not be. And I would know that. I would not know that unless I dismiss that person's way of doing things. before I go into the example, before I go into other examples, I just want to say that we have to understand that everybody is in this 3D realm to experience themselves. No one can tell you how to be. It doesn't matter who they. It doesn't matter if they're your mother, they're your father, your teacher, your mentor. No one can tell you how you are supposed to be. Your nature is natural to only you. You're the only one that can unearth it. Now, you can get people to help you be yourself, to inspire you to be yourself, but ultimately, you are the only one who can experience your own nature. And the way you experience your own nature is to make your life a study about you. To make your life a study, yeah, to make your life a study about you, and to make that a priority. And the way we can inspire ourselves and convince ourselves to do that, the way I can do that is by understanding that everybody just, let's say everybody just opened their eyes in this consciousness. No one has the power to impose what they are doing, or the way they do things, or the way they experience things, or the way they think on somebody else. Because how can they have that power? Because the way you opened your eyes in this consciousness and are experiencing life, that's the way they are also experiencing life. Yes, the way they're going to experience their life is going to be completely different from yours. Even if your paths are similar, they are going to be experiencing their life in different ways, and it's all valid. The way you also experience your life is going to be different, but it's valid. Every single thing about your life experience is valid. And this is one of the main ways in which the universe expands quicker. Let me just go through the examples that I have written down before I go further. Right. Okay. So an example that I want to give is, for instance, we have this belief in this society, mainly in the Western society, that being classy is what is good. Being classy is what is revered. Being classy in the sense, especially for women, but also for men, being classy in the sense of being clean cut, being clean shaven, wearing like maybe a suit and a tie, or maybe wearing maybe a jeans and a shirt, but looking wearing clothes that are how would I say it? Suit-like, wearing clothes that are suit-like, wearing clothes that are like not too colorful, not too ruffled, not all over the place like that. And that is what is revered in the society. Like it's also associated with looking respectful, and it's also associated with looking official. And this is what's, like I said, revered in this society. And so therefore, if this is what is revered in society, then that means that everything else is like second grade, or everything else is not good. If you are a person who does not like wearing classy clothes, or wearing or looking classy, then you're gonna feel wrong most of the time. You're gonna feel like something's wrong with you, something's missing, something's misaligned with you, because the society that you live in has decided that this is the way that this is the way that it's good to be. This is the way that it's good to dress like. And if in order for you to go against that, you have to be rude to it. You have to be dismissive of it. You have to look underneath it and ask the question, why? Who came up with that? Who came up with the idea that this is the way that people are supposed to dress, and this is what is good? And if you notice, it's also attached to some of our values, some of the things that we need to survive and thrive. Looking classy is what is revered when you go to a business meeting, and that's attached to your money. Looking classy is what's attached to environments where you make money and stuff like that. And so this is how the system is set up to create standards for everyone. And by default, if that's not your nature, like I said, you're gonna feel bad. You're gonna feel bad most of the time. You're gonna feel like something's wrong with you, when that's not true. That has nothing to do with who you truly are. Another example also is about money. Having this amount of money is what is seen as good. Like for instance, people who say that having this amount of money is what is seen as good and revered, because then you're able to afford to live in a nice house, you're able to have nice cars, and all the things that come with it. And so if you have a different way, if you revere maybe going out in nature, and you don't really care about living in a house, maybe you want to live in a cabin, or maybe you want to live in a, what do you call them, container, converted container or whatever, because you like being out in the wild, then that's your nature. But you're only going to be able to really push that forward if you are dismissive of the standards of society, of the standard of, oh, this is what's supposed to be right, this is what's supposed to be good. So that's also another example. Another example also is about relationships. Monogamous relationships are what are good, especially in this Western society, where we believe that being in monogamous relationships, that's the good way. So that means all other types of relationships are like second rate, or they are not good, or they are bad by default. If you're the type of person that does not want to be in a monogamous relationship, then again, you're gonna see that you're gonna think that there's something wrong with you. Maybe that's not in your nature. It's not in your nature to be in a monogamous relationship. Other cultures and other religions do not revere monogamous relationships. Other cultures and other religions revere polygamous relationships, and there are all types of relationships. So my point is that every experience, everything that we revere now is made up by somebody or a group of people, and it most likely goes against the nature of our uniqueness. And this has been drummed into us since we were very young. And this is why we were told you have to be respectful. You have to be respectful not just to people, but to the system, and to the standards in society. And in order for you to go against that, you have to be rude. You have to be rude, and you have to be dismissive to at least for a while, until you understand, until you know how to back yourself, until you know how to, until you can sense your own nature coming back. And I know this is difficult. It's going to be challenging if you are completely reliant on somebody else in a relationship. But even then, you can find ways of trying to figure out how to learn about yourself again, how to learn about who you are, learning about what pleases me, what are my values. I don't mean the values that somebody else gave you, but what do I truly, truly value? And I'm gonna go to the part, the third part of this video, which is what to do to be rude and dismissive. What are the three things? I have three things here that I've written down that are ways in which you can be rude and dismissive. And the first way is to stop listening to anyone telling you how to do things and how to be, and gradually migrate away from other people, especially if you are in a relationship. Find ways to do things by yourself. Go out by yourself, more and more. If you are in the house, maybe go and do your own thing in your own room for a long while. And if you can travel by yourself, travel by yourself. If you can what else? If you can find out about maybe hobbies and stuff that you can do by yourself. That you don't necessarily have to engage your partner with, because you're trying to find out who you are. You're trying to be by yourself and with yourself long enough to unearth your own nature again, to understand your own your impulses to things, and the way you relate to things, and the things that really give you joy, and the things that you really, really value, without somebody else telling you that this is what you should value, even when they're not talking to you. When you're with somebody and they start eating something, or they start talking about something, they might not necessarily tell you outright that this is what you should value, but by the things that they are saying, or by the things they are doing, indirectly they are telling you that this is what you should also be doing. So the more you are by yourself, the more your own nature comes out. Yeah, and this is going to be more challenging for people who are in relationships and who are with their partners most of the time. But yeah, anytime you can find to do things by yourself, do it more and more. Yeah, so that's the first one. Number two is to decide to become more interested in studying you. That's also another way. You have to kind of decide that you are now going to be interested in studying you. You're going to now allow your own self to be the priority. You're going to allow your own way of being to be more important to you than what somebody else is saying. Because the reason why you're getting all these anxieties, and I know this, the reason why we get all these anxieties and stuff is because we have departed from ourselves. We've abandoned ourselves, and we've allowed the world to tell us who we are and how we should be, and how we should experience the world, and what meaning we should derive from our experiences. your whole life should be a study in you. Like I think I said this at the beginning of this video. And in order for you to give yourself space to um to study you, you have to decide it. You have to create that. You have to decide it. Yeah, you have to decide. You have to give yourself the space to be able to start studying you. And that means you cannot, like I said, you cannot be listening to other people. You have to give yourself space to experience the world the way you're experiencing it, and make every experience okay, and validate every experience. Okay, so that's the second one. The third point I have is to go into experiences and watch yourself. Yeah, go into experiences and watch yourself. And it can be every experience, no matter how small, no matter how little. Like I'm doing this video right now. I'm also watching myself. The way I'm sitting. Why am I sitting like this? Why am I talking like this? Why am I, why did I wear this kind of top? Why didn't I wear something else? Why am I talking about this topic? Why is this topic interested? Why am I interested in this topic? Why is it joyful to me? Is it important? Is it giving me happiness to talk about this topic? Why did I decide to do a video instead of writing a post? These are all of the ways in which I can learn more about myself. And also give myself space to unearth my own natural way of doing a video, or of doing anything else. Other people might do videos outside. Other people might do dancing videos. Other people might do jumping videos. Well, there are many different types of videos. Why did I choose to do this kind of videos? And how did I arrive at that decision? And what is this experience giving me? These are all questions to ask, to unearth my own way of being. And yeah, these are all questions that you also can ask yourself when you're doing something. How did I get to do this? How did I start listening to this kind of music? For instance, how did I start wearing my hair like this? These are all questions that and why do I wear my hair this? Why do I wear my hair like this? Why don't I wear it in another way? These are all questions to ask, and these will unearth the reasons why you do things, and it will also help you unearth your own way of being, your own natural way of being in this world, your own natural way of experiencing the world, and understanding your relationship to the world as it is, not not through the experience of other people, and not through the voice of other people, or the voices of other people. So yeah, this is what I have. My video. This one is a bit long, about 30 minutes. But yeah, I just want to talk about how to gain ourselves back, how to gain our own natural way of being back, how to back ourselves 100% again, and the way we can do that is by being rude and dismissive to all forms of authority, and all forms of standards and the things that society reveres. And yeah, this is what I have today, and I will make another video maybe later on or tomorrow. So okay, I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Have a great evening wherever you are, or a great afternoon, and bye-bye.